can literally become an immediate profit center because you just have to go get offers, not necessarily clients, right? So, and if you're not an agency, you can bypass all that nonsense and just go directly to clients and get, or excuse me, offers and get a really good offer. So there are people out there on Facebook that have a problem. They need it solved. They're looking for the right solution. So if you've got a fitness health offer, you put it with people looking for that. If you got a skin offer, you put it with people looking for that. There's so many different ways to target and things. I don't want to say it's easy, but it's pretty simple. When you put them together, you put a great offer together with people that want it, it's a profit explosion. And that's what happens, except we don't have any of the constraints that you guys have. When I say you guys, product owners or supply chain, we don't have any of that stuff. So our stuff literally is sort of infinite the way that it scales. Kyle, talk about that, because I want people to understand that power, because we don't have constraints in our business.
No, and the cool part about that, additionally, is that when the market gets tired of whatever product you're having, or the product burns out, we don't have to, like John talked about, we don't have to spend another $200K in testing, getting a VSL written for our next product. You just jump to the next product that somebody else has already paid for. So when your message matches, people that actually want to hear it, you're well on your way to making some good money.
Yeah, and you can kind of piggyback. The cool thing about the piggyback method is when you're running this, people say, well, you don't have an audience. Well, but you have all this data, right? You have pixel data, you know who your best audiences are. Like Kyle and I know right now, if you want to run a supplement, exactly what it'll cost you to get a customer on Facebook. Exactly. So if you have a supplement, let's say it pays out a CPA of $150, we can tell you how much we're going to make before we even run a click. If you have an info product in that ClickBank range, we can tell you how much that's going to pay. We know what it converts at. Well, we know that because of all the data that we have, right? So I don't want you to think like there's no audience here. No, not really, but it's sort of an invisible audience because you have all this data that you can kind of leverage to do your other stuff. So if you're a regular person or you've got a client and their offer burns out, they're done. They're done. And if you guys have ever been on that, when a client's offer burns out and they're in a panic to try to figure out what to do next. But a lot of times, just like Matt, and we love Matt, but a lot of times, a lot of these guys and gals, they don't know why their offer does really well. And so they kind of did it by accident. And now they're scrambling trying to, find that unicorn again. And often it doesn't happen. So, but we know what makes that offer really good now. And we know how to go find other offers that are really good. So that's sort of, I think, super important here. So here's the secret sauce, basically. Because we don't have any inventory, we're not delivering a product, there's the scale. We can have an unlimited amount of customers on Facebook. We can go get an unlimited amount of products to promote if we want to do that. And we don't have to deliver any of this. We have no barriers. We don't have a building. We don't have location. We don't have employee manpower, clients, I call them PIAs. We don't have any of that, right? So we don't have any of this. And so because of that, it's sort of infinitely scalable. Now, I will tell you this. If you try to run what I'll call a real business, people always tell Kyle and I, we don't have a real business. And we're like, well, it sure seems real when they make those wires every week, it kind of seems real. But what ends up happening, though, is you lose sight of all the constraints that go into a business. And so like you want to roll out a new offer and you've got to hire new customer service people and you got to have a teacher to deliver the offer and all this kind of stuff. We don't have to deal with any of that. So when I had a company in the crypto space and, you had to hire all those people, it was pissing me off because I had all these things stopping me from making a bunch of money. Because I'm like, well, listen, normally I just hit a button and I raise my budget and I make more money. So what is this? I just want to make more money. So this is a different way to think about business because it's infinitely scalable for you. Now there's bad news to that, right? The bad news to the model is there are variables a little bit and all the freedom you get from having that offer, right? So you don't have the employees, you don't have the customer service, you don't have that. But when the offer burns out, well,